You may recall this piece we covered about a year ago, the Grand Power XCalibur. Beautiful, beautiful precision piece with the fluted bowl barrel that's got a crown to it. I mean, just amazing gun. 5-inch barrel, competition-sized gun, competition-sized controls. Obviously not something you can carry. Well, underneath it, in a box about the same size as the XCalibur, is Grand Power's carry option. This is the P11, which is a 15-round 9mm. Show it clear. Much more compact. We'll get the box out of the way. Of course, want to mention we do get a wrench and some replacement front sights for different aiming points depending on how you hold, a brush, and of course an instruction manual. And one thing that I love about this that the XCalibur can't do, as you see from this warning here, is this gun has both a safety and a decocker. So you can fire it in single or double. You can carry it cocked and locked or decocked, safety off. We'll go over it more in detail. So starting with our walk around the gun that we normally do, up front we see 0 play. Maybe a little bit of wriggle side to side, but none up and down. Nice flush fitting barrel there. A little bit of stippling here for grip if you're one of those people that likes the forward grip. Nice vertical forward cocking serrations. Big slide release, our safety and decocker. A little bit of stippling here. The magazine release is protected by this raised section here on the frame, and yet still within reach. It's a wee bit tough. We have some grip enhancements here, as well as the back. Looking at our rear fit, very tight and precise as we've come to expect from the Grand Power line. And check this out, all you lefties out there, or people who like to use their fingers, full controls on both sides of the gun. Safety / decocker, slide release, magazine release, all right there. For size comparison, since everyone always asks, and I hate reading numbers that you can just go look up somewhere like the website, here it is next to the ubiquitous Glock 19. Our 19, of course, is highly modified, but if you look at the edge of frame to frame, total length is about the same, but profile is a little bit shorter and a little more contoured. It's less blocky, though it's not very difficult to be less blocky than a Glock. So, one of the things that I like about the Grand Powers is the rotating barrel. That's something that you don't see very often. The hammer back. Watch that barrel as I work the action. See how it rotates there to unlock? Having a rotating barrel means it doesn't have to drop back and down, which means the barrel itself can be mounted lower to the hand, lowering that bore axis, which means the recoil is going to come more to your wrist and less over your wrist. There isn't a whole lot of space to hold on to on this gun, just enough for what you need. I've got large hands. Get that magazine locked in there. There we go. And with my large hands, still fits. I do end up with my pinky finger fitting off the side there, but that's a better spot than what I end up with on, like the Glock 19, for example. My pinky finger ends up right at this gap and then gets pinched when I'm slamming in a magazine for a quick mag change. So we have all of those features that we've come to expect from Grand Power, plus the ability to have safety or decock. Rather simple metal sights, rounded off nicely to be no snag. We'll take it apart and I'll show you the inside. The slide comes back, you lift up, and go back forward. There we are. So look at the slide, and we have shot this, so it's got a wee bit of dirt, but you can see nice, clean machining there. 0 tool marks. Something kind of rare on modern guns. That's because Grand Power is not only ISO 9001 certified, but they pride themselves in absolute precision machining, and you can see it in the guns. The interesting barrel with that cam surface there does the rotating. Nice heavy barrel. It's a 3.3 inch barrel. Guide rod is captured, spring is not. On the other lines of Grand Powers, they have different weight springs you can swap out depending on the weight of your load. Obviously this is a carry gun, so I'm not expecting people to have too much variance. And part of what makes the trigger so great on these is this full steel chassis that all of the trigger mechanism rides in. It's nice. So reassembled, gun still clear. The single action, we creep a touch, hit a wall, little more creep, break, not bad. Double action is very heavy. Trigger reset. Click is audible and you can feel it in the finger. Takes us right to that wall for that other little creep, and then breaks in the rear. So not quite the same precision trigger that we experienced on the XCalibur, but not bad at all. And overall, a nicely compact firearm. We'll get this out to the range and let you guys know what we think of it. I'd like to hear your thoughts if you've shot one of these or seen one, and if you haven't, why not? Alright, if you made it this far, you obviously appreciate what we're doing. We appreciate your support. If you can, go ahead and click on the giant griffin to subscribe and see more. Check out a suggested video up here based on what you've been looking at, or the relevant playlist to this video over here. Thanks again.